discretion is advised.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Marley and I are out here in the mountains. It is a gorgeous day. This is one of my favorite locations to come and hunt, and I'm going to challenge myself on this trip to hunt jackrabbits with a multi-pump air rifle, specifically the Seneca Dragonfly MK2. This is in .22 caliber. The good folks over at Pyramid Air sent this to me. I've been using it and I've been pretty impressed with it. It seems to be pretty accurate. I've got the Hawk Frontier up on top, and I've got the Tacticam to hopefully capture some of the action for you guys. But it should be a fun trip. We are going to be camping here. I look forward to getting out and seeing if we can put this thing to use. But I'm going to show you guys a little more about it. We got to check my zero, and then we'll head out. The Dragonfly MK2 comes in at 6.5 pounds and the overall length is 40 inches. This does have fiber optic front post and the rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. This does have 11mm dovetail so you can fit a scope. The trigger is single stage and it breaks at just about 3 pounds. And the gun does include a 7-shot rotary magazine as well as a single shot tray. To get air in this gun, you're going to pull the bolt back and open the pump arm and start pumping. Now I pump this to 15, which is what they recommend for full power. It does have the butterfly linkage system, which makes it a lot easier to pump. It's not progressively more difficult like some of the old school style pumpers, and I think that makes this gun a lot more enjoyable to use. Before getting out and doing any hunting, I always like to check my zero. I set a target out at 25 yards, and at 15 pumps, this gun is producing just about 14 foot-pounds using the 18 grain JSBs. These are going just about 609 feet per second, and that's more than enough power to take any kind of small game at fairly close range. So this gun seems to like the 18 grain JSBs. I would have thought that the lighter weight pellets would have shot better, but it seemed as though, everything I tried, the 18s seemed to do the best. They were the most accurate, and I'd say this isn't bad for 25 yards, shooting off of a rickety monopod stuck in the dirt. My goal is to try and get it close enough, within maybe 30 yards of these jackrabbits, and that's not easy. It's probably going to be quite a challenge, but we're going to give it a go. The gun definitely is accurate, and I feel pretty comfortable shooting it. To me, the gun doesn't seem very loud at all. It might be just because I'm, in this big open terrain here, and I don't typically use a moderator when I'm out in these areas, and the reason for that is it adds length. But if you're going to be in your backyard, it's nice that it does have the threading out here, so you can add a moderator if you want to do so. As far as hunting goes, this is one of the most scenic locations Marley and I frequent. There are a lot of jackrabbits here, but you do have to put in the footwork to find them. It does require a lot of hiking, and some of the terrain is quite rugged. There's a lot of sagebrush, there's a lot of grass, and these are things that make it difficult to be able to spot these large jackrabbits. I knew coming into this trip it was going to be a challenge using a multi-pump at 14 foot-pounds. Most of the hunting I do is with 30 foot-pound guns, and I'm able to take shots out to 80 plus yards. And so I knew I'd have to modify the way that I hunt and use the skills that I have as a hunter to really try to get myself in closer to these animals, which are pretty wary. They're difficult to sneak up on. Their hearing is extremely good, and they also have very good eyesight. Marley and I are hunkered down in the shade behind this bush here, and we're kind of about halfway up a hillside. We've got a ravine down here, and I just spotted a jackrabbit out here just under 200 yards. A lot of times you can sit here, you can wait, and if you're patient, sometimes they'll come down through the ravine, which is just about 30 yards, which is a good range for this gun. We're gonna give it a few minutes, see if anything comes through here, and then we'll move along this ridge line. Get it. Good sized jackrabbit at about 15 yards. And this is the first jackrabbit that I've taken with a multi-pump. Awesome. I was sitting in the shade, we were watching. Marley spotted one over here, and I thought I was going to be able to take the shot, but he went behind a bush. We were seeing a few others move around. This guy was right up on the hill behind us, and he started kind of running towards us, and so I took the shot. He turned to the side. I put one right in his shoulder, and he ran over into this bush here, and Marley was already on top of him. And so, yeah, there's a lot of them out here. You just got to be patient. I think we found somewhat of a honey hole here. It seems to be a pretty healthy pocket of these jackrabbits, and so we're going to give it a little bit. We've got a couple miles on the way back to our truck. These little magazines hold 7 shots, and they feel to be aluminum construction with a plastic cover plate here. To load them, you're just going to turn this cover plate, and then you're going to load your first one, and you can drop the rest of your pellets in. And I'm using the gun at 15 pumps, which is full power. But I like these. They're very simple. Not a whole lot can go wrong with them, and they're inexpensive enough if you wanted to pick up some extra. And this gun does come with a single shot tray, which is nice. Although for hunting and stuff, I think the magazine is the way to go. Marley and I sat in this spot for over an hour, and I was seeing a lot of jackrabbits. Hey, cheers you guys. Marley and I had a really nice time today. It was good to get out and do some hiking, and we did a lot of it. I'd say we did probably at least 6 miles today. And this is really rugged terrain. It's not easy to get out here and hunt like this. And I'm used to, taking 80+ yard shots. And so for me, I'm pretty proud of myself for getting out with a multi-pump and taking a jackrabbit at 15 yards. For me, that's really kind of unheard of. And so I'd say the Dragonfly, Mark II is definitely a winner. It's a nice gun for $200. And a lot of you guys maybe can't afford a PCP, spending a couple $1,000s. For $200 you can get out here, you can do this kind of hunting, and it works. And I really appreciate Pyramid Air sending it to me and sponsoring Marley and I to come out here and bring you guys this video. And one thing that I did not realize is they sell camping gear. They sell tents, backpacks, e-bikes, camp stoves, all kinds of stuff. And I looked in their catalog, they've got a lot of really cool things. And so that's just something to take note of. If you guys are in the market for camping gear, check out Pyramid Air. They've got a lot of stuff. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the campfire. I'm going to get something to eat and get to sleep. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning guys. Marley and I slept pretty good last night. We're ready to roll. It's about 7 o'clock and hopefully we can spot some activity down at that spot. We've got a ways to hike. It's turned out to be a really nice day. There's no wind, and so that's a good thing when you're out air gunning. One of the main reasons we get out in the field, aside from just the hunting, is to be able to test gear. It's really important to do that so we're able to discover what we like, what we don't like, and ultimately be able to pass that on to the consumer. Marley and I were sitting here and I was scanning the area in front of me, and a jackrabbit was right behind us, probably about 6 or 7 feet, and she leaped and just about almost grabbed it. I wish I'd gotten it on camera. So they're here. There's quite a few of them, but they're real difficult to spot. It's not easy.
Get it!
Got that guy. Good girl. Good girl. You got it. Marley and I got our second jackrabbit here at 25 yards. And I got him right in the shoulder. He ran off to the left and collapsed. Oh, he probably ran maybe 25 yards. And there is a lot of them out here. but I think the key is just to conceal yourself the best you can, and if you got a pretty active area, they'll usually just come right through your path. And so we were able to get this guy fairly close, and he didn't even notice us. So this gun has been performing pretty well. You know, it was something to get used to, having to hunt this close. But it definitely works. I mean, if you're wanting to get out and do this type of hunting, it's kind of nice having something that's self-contained. You can stay out all day. You don't have to worry about air. And so there's definitely some benefits to this. And, you know, it's really easy to pump. Surprisingly, actually. Well guys, Marley and I are going to be wrapping up this trip. We've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us. The Dragonfly worked really well. I'm impressed with this gun. I think for 200 bucks, it's definitely worth it. And I really wanted to make this video to show you guys that you don't need to spend a lot of money to get out here in the field and hunt this way. For myself, you know, it was a challenge to use a multi-pump to hunt jackrabbits, but we were successful. I kind of modified the way that I hunt. And I think that's what it's about, you know, getting out here, testing gear, and learning new skills. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you have any experience with this gun. I'm curious to know. I appreciate Pyramid Air sending this to me, and I will leave links in the description if you guys are interested. But I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you guys enjoy these videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like. We put out new videos every week. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.